All right, guys, welcome back. The first ever podcast on the channel with the boys. Okay, we're doing ATL Sports Podcast. We all like sports. We're all from Atlanta, most of us usually. Um, and we just want to talk about sports, what's going on in the team's news, talk about players, talk about all this. But we'll get into it. Um, yeah. So we are here with today, Luis, my brother. Say hi. There you go.
Hi, I
Aaron,
am here.
friend from West Georgia.
Friend from West Georgia.
Yeah, he might be a little bit laggy, but it'll be okay. Um, and then we're just gonna get right into it. So we don't know how it's gonna go. Just enjoy the ride, and I'll stop blabbering, and we'll get into the podcast. Aaron, take it away.
Okay, so when we say ATL Sports Podcast, we say Hawks, Braves, Falcons, United. Everyone else doesn't matter. We're against everyone else.
Well, I
It's
I
was
mean, they
against the
do well, I
world.
guess. We could do the dream, but I barely watch basketball as it is, so my bad. Okay, so let's get into some recent news. We'll start with the Braves. Their most recent acquisition was Chris Sale. They traded away their former one of their top prospects. He used to be, and now he's just been a bench piece for them to the Boston Red Sox for an old man and Chris Sale. Lucas, what do you think about that?
well, I don't know much about Braves players outside of the Braves, so I've heard about him. I've heard he's good, but I've heard just from Luis that he's old compared to
Well,
what now. And
Okay.
Charlie Morton is old, so
it's
he's
yeah.
kind of like still kicking. So I think it's a good acquisition. We need pitching. We usually lose the World Series because of pitching. So
Not this year. Not
this
No,
year it
bro.
was
I
this
think
time.
no.
It was our
Last year was kind
offense
of
that
bad
went
overall,
to
but
jail.
yeah, Luis, you go ahead because I don't know much about Braves players outside the Braves. So go
I'm
ahead.
I'm excited for Chris Sale. He used to be one of my used he was one of my favorite pitchers when he was on
Yeah,
the White Sox. And dude, I can't wait. I know it's a little bit past his prime. It's probably a couple of years too late, but he's probably one of the best pitchers we could have gotten on the market. The market for our price.
35.
For our
Legal.
price. Not
Age
now
35.
Yamamoto, but for our price. Trust AA. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
For what he gave up,
The
for
Braves
what we
actually
gave
aren't.
up, huh?
Yeah,
For what we gave up to what we acquired, I think it's a great trade.
yeah. Vaughn gets some time to play, and because he was not going to get that here,
Yeah.
and Chris Sale gets to come in and pitch for a contender, which Boston was not that. I mean, they made the playoffs, didn't they?
Well,
In
not that
2020
anymore.
without him, actually. Dang, actually. But he had, let's see, 7 years where he was a finalist for the Cy Young. Straight
I heard
years,
he was
7
good
straight years.
pitching. I just feel like he's old. There's not.
He's like 35, but he's been getting injured the last 3 years.
Yeah, has had
But
Tommy John
Charlie
surgery.
Morton's old, and everyone. I remember even Luis saying that. Oh, Charlie Morton needs to go because he's so old, father time, and now he's still on the team, but he's still kicking and kind of making us good. So
This year has to be his last year. I'm sorry.
It's got to be, yeah. But have you seen, Lucas, have you seen the way that Chris Sale pitches?
Not recently, no. I have
How
to
can I
try it.
describe this to you?
Bro, he like touches like 98 miles per hour.
Ooh.
So, like, the dude, when he goes, like, he's winding up, and then he goes, like, almost parallel with the ground. Not like his whole body, but, like,
Oh, he
his
sidearm. He
arms are way
sidearms
out there.
it.
He's a lefty. It's like, wow.
Ooh. So he's one of those like sidearm.
No, well, in a way, kind of.
Okay.
It's funky. It's funky. You never played against him in the show?
I haven't played the show, so I'm not. I rarely play the show.
This man.
Oh. Okay, moving on.
No,
Anyways,
he's good. I was gonna say he's a great acquisition. Let's end it off.
That's what I'm gonna.
Ooh.
If not a
pushes the
Braves
needle for
player,
us.
I don't know barely. So unless he's former Braves or something, someone else that I know, like Otani. So
Okay, so moving on to the Falcons, we got the recent firing of head coach Arthur Smith, which
yeah,
I felt it was pretty needed. Um, they have like Bijan, they have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, they have a good offensive line, and that offense was doing nothing.
yeah.
So, what do you think, Luis?
Well, the main reason I say for his firing, other than just being the most mediocre coach in the world, because I don't know if you saw it, the last 3 years he has the same record and the same draft pick for the last 3 years, but the main thing for me is, other than that, his inability to use his weapons is his ultimate downfall.
Facts.
He has Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, but he uses them as decoys and gets the ball to Tyler Algier, even though he's pretty good. But Jonnu Smith and Kadero Hodge, I don't know.
Former Titan John
Oh,
Smith, thank
Pruitt
you.
too. Remember,
Okay, but you have Kyle Pitts on the field and Drake London, but you're gonna
you
try to
can't
throw
forget
screens
this.
to Jonnu Smith.
Remember, he did a play for Jonnu Smith to pass to Michael Pruitt.
Yeah, Michael Pruitt, him too. Yeah, they're good, but you have three other weapons.
Yeah,
And plus you have not great quarterback play.
I'm
Yeah,
in the same thing for Luis there.
Mariota is pretty good though.
You said who? Did you bring up
Mariota.
Marcus Mariota 2.0 again? 1.0? They're both terrible.
Dude,
We haven't had
he
a good
was at
quarterback
least
since
usable.
Matt
All
Ryan
I'm
left.
saying, bro. All I'm
Did you
saying,
ever say Mike Vick?
I was saying Michael
no,
Ryan. I put
all
Michael
of
and
this
Matt Ryan
hate
together.
towards Matt Ryan, all those fans truly forgot what we had. Or
Matt Ryan
they
was the best
what we
quarterback that
did.
we had. And it was not his fault that we lost Super Bowl. It was Devontae Freeman's fault. We haven't been the same since Matt Ryan left.
That's fair.
Well,
I
we haven't been
mean,
the same since the Super Bowl, but
Yeah,
go
that
on.
too.
okay. We'll move on to the United side of things. I think it's just today they announced they signed Stian Rowe Gregerson.
Well, it's pretty good. I think.
I have no idea who that is.
Great center back.
So you guys go ahead and take that one.
Luis, me or you?
Uh, I'll,
You
I'll go first, I guess.
go. Yeah, go.
Well, we know Garth Lajoie, our GM. Is he general? Is he general manager? His role?
I think he's.
I think he's general because I think Boca is like some. I don't know. Anyway, he's a high up person. I'm gonna say I don't know his specific job title. I think it's GM though. I think he has been cooking this offseason, and I'm very excited for what he's doing. He is a great replacement for our recent departure of Miles Robinson. I looked at his highlights. Very physical in a good way, as in not like committing fouls, but he's very physical on the ball. Great physical presence. I cannot wait for him. And this is one of the first times in a long time we have been replacing our talent with as good or better talent. With the departures of Gressel and like Nagby, we haven't really found those replacements yet. But under Garth, we've gotten Muyumba,
Saba.
Saba,
Saba.
Zande Silva, and now Sion Gregerson. I can't wait for him.
Yeah, I agree with Luis. I've been hyped. Miles Robinson leaving made me really, really sad. So that means all the jerseys I have for Atlanta United are gone. Dunzo. I don't have a single current player right now. So, but I will be getting soon some of the new players. So I'm happy for that. Stian Road Gregerson. He's a Norwegian center back, come from the team Bordeaux in the League Two side. So that's in France. League Deux. Thank you. League Deux. We have League and League Deux.
I think it's Duh. Sorry.
Yeah. So he had 75 appearances for Bordeaux with 2 goals. But overall,
Bro is saying goals for a center back.
I'm just reading on FootMob, okay? I'm reading the thing, so I'm just saying but I've seen his highlights like that they showed today when they announced him. He looks very physical, like we said. He looks faster than I think a center back should be. And we need that with Miles Robinson leaving. Miles Robinson, when he got injured, I don't think he was the same, but he was still not that bad. So Garth, Boca, they're cooking. They're bringing these players that we've needed for a while, and I can't wait for the season to start. So, and no, there's more late night news that we're gonna talk about, but like him coming in, filling that spot, or have depth, or have some great players, we'll be a little bit stronger next season. That's all I gotta say.
All right, moving on. We're gonna go to the Hawks, and we got the Jalen Johnson news. I haven't actually heard about what happened recently.
Second best player on the team.
Lucas, take us away.
Recently, I'm gonna
Just,
say about last game is it we played the Sixers. We went to OT. I didn't really watch most of it because I had it on in the background. But what I seen lately is Jalen Johnson has been popping off. In my opinion, he's most improved player contender this year. Last night, was it last night they played? Yeah. Last night he dropped 25 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, which is I think it's his career high, 2 blocks. This man's insane. He's probably the best. He is the best replacement for John Collins. He's athletic, he can shoot, he could assist like I showed, he could rebound. He's doing everything that we needed for a while for the Hawks. And I hate to say this.
as well.
Huh?
Height as well.
Height as well, yeah. I hate to say this. When he got drafted, I didn't want him because I heard from Duke he wasn't that great of a player, but now he's developing more, and I take everything that I said back from him before. I'm happy that he's on our team and not getting traded or going somewhere else. We need that talent right now because of how bad we are doing.
That was me with CJ Stroud because I was like, this guy's a bum. And he was terrible in preseason. You can't deny that. He was terrible. And then he came out and he's like, you know what? Watch me. And he did it.
At least he played in the preseason, unlike Arthur Smith, giving him like one drive. I think he's like the next Tom Brady.
He was already ready. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah,
all
ready
right.
to
So let's
He's ready to work for FedEx.
let's get into the bulk of the work here. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, let's get into our first chunk here, and that's going to be with the Atlanta Braves. We're going to talk about where they are and where they're going to be going and what we think about their organization as a whole. So my first thoughts here are, have they gone through enough changes this offseason to finally stave off a first-round exit? Because the past 2 years, it's been Philadelphia twice, beat us, knocked us out, and we've had nothing to say about it except for 2 games where we kind of won, but it felt like we were still losing. But we've had many coaches leave. We lost Ron Washington to the Angels. Hope he does well there.
About that.
Yeah, EY left with him. Eric Young Sr. left with him. We lost a bullpen coach or something like that to the Orioles. And of course, we lost. There's a bunch of roster turnover. Kyle Wright has been traded to the Royals. We had, of course, Vaughn Grissom traded recently. We've had Mike Soroka has gone to the White Sox. So what do you guys think? Do you think they've done enough, Luis?
I think it is not up to the front office to help us get out of the first round. We have the talent. It's just that we have gone totally cold in that first round the last few years. Because come on, we are better than the Philadelphia Phillies. It's been the same story as when it's been a carry job from Bryce Harper and Zach Wheeler the past 2 years. We have the talent. It's not up to the front office to get us past the first round. It's completely on the shoulders of the players. And you guys already know who my favorite player is, Acuna. He hasn't really been doing particularly well in the playoffs. So I think to just conclude, I think it's just totally up to the players to get us past that first round.
I agree, but I don't know much about us recently. I'm like a casual, really. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like a casual fan, but I watch all the games to try to get into it. But yeah. I'm tired of us losing first round. because, like we said, we always go cold, and the Phillies aren't good. They always just get hot. They go through the playoffs and then they lose. So you say, "Oh, we're better than the Braves and all that," but you still can't win a championship. So I think, yeah, it's the players. I'm probably just talking nonsense, but it's the players.
Still lost.
It's been just a
Yeah.
carry job from just one or two people who just get like extremely hot, like batting like 750 in the playoffs against us.
Yeah.
So thinking about this team, just off your recent memory or memory when you were a child, when has there ever been a team or organization like this that locks up all their young talent for 5, 8, so many years and on team-friendly deals? I mean, I haven't seen that like super teams since like some NBA teams like the Spurs, for example, or that Golden State Warriors team.
I mean, I
Uh,
think it's different with baseball because the amount of players on a team. I think it's one of the first ever to kind of have players and front office in this constant team building kind of thing where they have a vision and then the players accept this vision and take team friendly deals to kind of compete, unless you're the Dodgers who just deferred like $680 for the next 12 years, which is stupid and should be illegal.
Watch them not win.
yeah, well, my question is that the success that the Braves have for like 5 years now since 2018. How do like other organizations not see this and be like, we should be doing that too? Because a lot of dumb organizations out there, like the Oakland A's. That's the only one I can think of right now. But there's plenty out there.
The Rays.
Well, they're pretty good at developing and drafting.
But they don't
just
spend. That's the thing.
They don't really spend money. Also, their
like
stadium.
Like he says, they're like regular season teams, and then when they get the playoffs, they just break down. They suck.
Yeah.
And then somebody goes.
And probably their best ever player is now a child molester who's in jail. Well, it's not a child molester. It's more of a just what's it called, like with a minor or something like that.
Yeah, you're thinking about something else.
Oh, grooming, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move. Let's not talk about that right now.
Sorry, it just came in my head.
Yeah, he's an idiot. There we go.
We'll cut it out.
Okay.
It just sucks. No, I'm just saying it just sucks for them because they don't spend and they finally have like almost like a generational talent and then he gets off-field issues that ruins the team.
The Braves actually had something like that. Hector Oliveira, I believe was the name. The Braves had traded Alex Wood, a bunch of prospects. I can't remember the deal exactly. Around, well, a little later than that. It was like because they were still good in 2010, but I think it was around 2014, 2015. They made this big deal, and they got Hector and some other guy. And Hector was supposed to be a big deal for the Braves, and I don't know how many games he actually played for them before. Like I think he was arrested and other things happened. But yeah, okay. Moving on to our next question here is, what do you guys think the expectations should look like for the next 5 years for the Braves? I mean, obviously this year, next year, maybe the year after that, we should be World Series contenders. But what about a couple years down the road? You think they'll still be in that race when Ozzy's contract comes up, or our relievers start leaving, or whatever?
I expect for Acuna to have another ring in the next 5 years with the Braves, and we should be pennant winners or contenders for the next 5 years. There's no excuse to not be that close.
Yup. Yeah, I expect World Series from them all the time. To be honest, like we're not in a terrible age where we just keep losing. Unless you're the Mets, because remember we
back to the front office. They've done wonders with this building this team. It's not up to them.
We should keep being in the playoffs until the contracts are done, unless they just keep getting extended.
Yeah. On that question,
when does the contracts end? Like 2028?
I think Ozzy's comes up in 28, and then like 2 years after that is Acuna's, and then I think 28 is also a couple more people. I couldn't tell you exactly. I know like the soonest one is Arcia's coming up because he didn't sign a big one.
I would say the only reason if they were to leave and not keep extending their contracts is if we're doing terrible and we're not always in the playoffs and we're not always winning.
Yeah, because we got a lot of money.
Huh?
We've got a lot of money, so it makes sense for them to be able to pay them.
People want to come over to the Braves and win because we're known for winning. Our division is not that hard either. Us and the Phillies. I'm not expecting no Nationals, no Mets to actually do something now.
What's your expected starting nine in the
actual
upcoming season?
It's obviously going to be
Jared Kelnick.
Yeah, he's probably going to be full time until he gives us a reason to not be full time, and we expect him to. Yeah, he's gone. No more Eddie or Freddie.
Oh, yeah, no more Eddie. Forgot about that.
Eddie, you can't chant something with Eddie in it now. So, obviously
Kelnick or whatever his name is, I don't know.
Kelnick. It looks like Kelnick, but it's the other E silent. So obviously in the 1 hole you're gonna have Acuna. I mean, they try to put him in the 4 hole, but he's just so good in the leadoff spot. They're probably gonna put Olsen in that 2 hole, and then maybe a Riley in the 3 spot. They could put Ozzy back in the 2 spot. I'd like that, but they haven't really done that.
His plate discipline needs to improve.
It's like me playing MLB The Show.
Yeah, there's some stuff. He's such a good player, but he just swings that stuff. It just like makes you question his ability of being a professional. But he's so good. Just oh my gosh! If he improves on that, oh my god!
Well, he's like that.
I mean, he was terrible in 2018, 2019. So he's gotten a lot better. I mean, this last year he was kind of and it wasn't all his fault. He ran into some trouble for sure, like stats wise.
Do you think
like the balls went straight to people?
I know he's good as a switch hitter. But do you think he should give it up? Because
Ozzy?
Yeah, the difference between the
two.
We're
talking about Riley for a second.
No. Yeah, the difference between both the sides are like night and day.
It's not exactly night and day, because if it was night and day, the Braves would be like, okay, you cannot hit right-handed pitchers, or you can't hit left-handed. I'm pretty sure he does better as a righty against left-handed pitchers right now.
But he just doesn't get the chance to do it.
He has value. Yeah, but he has value in being a switch hitter, even if he's not great with both sides, because if opponent goes into their bullpen and they bring out a lefty instead of a righty, he switches right over there and he can mash those. So you can't plan for what side Ozzy's going to be on, even though he might suck at it sometimes. Okay, so I got this website. It's got the projected lineup. Acuna, it says Ozzy's going to be in the 2 hole, and then Riley, and then Olsen. I think that's actually what we've been seeing last year, anyways. It's got Ozuna still there batting DH. Then it's got Michael Harris, Sean Murphy, Jared Kelnick, and Orlando's batting last, which makes sense.
Yeah, if we got Ohtani,
good lineup.
Wow, his value is high.
Yeah, but people don't want that contract, and they also don't want the bad PR. So what you gonna do? Okay, it's enough about the Braves. Let's move on to the Falcons.
The mid Falcons.
What a team!
So the head coach vacancy.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So we got. You have a list?
I have a list of the I saw on Twitter today.
Go ahead.
From Kelly Price on Twitter.
Let's give a yes or no.
These are like the reportedly. This is the Falcons. Hold on. This is who the Falcons are reportedly interviewing, going to interview. The Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson.
I've heard a lot about him, so I say yes.
Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. The
Why do I like the
49ers.
line so much?
Yeah, that's I don't know. The 49ers defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes, which I would say yes to. I've heard great things about him.
That's a good idea. He had good coaching experience with the Panthers.
Yeah. Ravens defensive line coach, coach and head coach. What? The meeting's ended in 10 minutes. God, we gotta upgrade for that too. This is
We
dumb.
can let's just record it. I mean, let's just do two and just stitch it together.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay. The Ravens defensive lineman coach, and like other thing, Anthony Weaver, and then the Bengals offensive coordinator, Brian Callahan, and then we're also linked to Bill Belichick like heavily. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We get Bill Belichick.
Dude, what about Nick Saban? You know, he's not with Alabama.
Yo, Jim
Just give him
Harbaugh.
a
People say Jim Harbaugh as well.
He's not leaving Michigan. He just won a natty with Michigan. I hate to say it because Ohio State hates Michigan, but he's not leaving Michigan.
Dan Lanning won a championship with Georgia, and then he left.
He's not leaving Michigan.
I think it's possible. It's definitely
He
possible.
might.
I would love to
It's
see
possible.
Ben Johnson. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about him. I read some stuff on Twitter, and I mean,
Now, how about this? Mike Vrabel.
Huh?
Oh,
Vrabel.
actually, that situation with the Titans was bad because Mike Vrabel wasn't the problem. It was the players. The players he
Well,
had
they said Mike Vrabel to the Patriots, maybe.
because he's gonna do a reunion.
That's not bad, but I think he could be a nice fit for the Falcons because
it's absolutely shocking that no one wants Bill Belichick. Like 5 years ago, he would have been one of the hottest names, but now he's old trash.
Yeah,
it's because he's stubborn. Because he's the one that drafted.
Not bad. It's just that his record without Tom Brady is just like.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They're trying to find the next Tom Brady for him. And when he was with the Patriots,
Mac Jones is better than Tom Brady.
He drafted those picks and tried to bring those players in and try to rebuild the Patriots dynasty, which they
Mac
suck
Jones is
now.
better than Tom Brady.
Huh?
but his defenses have been like top 15 almost every year.
Oh,
so
we had a top freaking defense this year, and it went down the way.
I can pull up the stats. Every year before this year, it's been terrible defensively.
Well, yeah, I know.
Matt Ryan.
It's like the one year they've been good defense.
Even Super Bowl era, we didn't have good defense.
Defense for me.
No,
Bro,
we had Deion Jones too.
Matty and Julio would have 2 rings if we had this defense. At least 2 rings.
Yeah. We know Julio's ring chasing on the Eagles now.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Eagles suck.
Yeah, dummy.
Dummy.
Let's see. I got another question here. So actually, if you look at it, the Falcons have been really good at selecting players in the first round of drafts. Let me go to. We'll start at 2013 and tell you their first round picks. So 2013, we got Desmond Trufant, which not amazing.
It worked out for a bit.
Yeah, for a little bit, and then 2014, Jake Matthews. That was a good one.
That helped us.
He's literally still on the team. That's how great a pick he is.
Yeah, 2015, Vic Beasley had a really good year. Really good.
God, don't even mention that name.
Luis hates him so much.
He had a really good year, man. And then
he got his contract and became lazy.
Yeah, he just gave up. But at least he provided some value as a first round pick. Otherwise, he's a bust. But then 2016, Keanu Neal, he was fine.
He's on the Cowboys doing well. Or he got injured.
He's on Pittsburgh right now.
Oh, Pittsburgh. That's who it is.
2017, got I forget to say his name. Takaris McKinley. I forgot. But he was not good.
Oh my God.
Tak was bad.
Never mind. I was about to say something, but this is going out in the public.
Anyways, but after those guys, which those guys weren't terrible picks, except for a couple of them. 2018, Calvin Ridley. 2019, they had 2 first-round picks. Chris Lindstrom.
Lindstrom is really good.
Yes, and then they had Caleb McGarry, he's not great, but he's startable, and he can actually do his job, but not first-round caliber, I'd say, but still a good pick at least. 2020, AJ Terrell. 2021, Kyle Pitts. 2022, Drake London.
Solid.
2023, Bijan. It's
Solid.
like they're really good at the first round, recently at least.
This year's gonna be hard though for the draft, in my opinion.
Quarterback, 'cause, I mean,
But the thing is, all these quarterbacks are gonna be off the board before we get to 8th.
They're gonna have to trade up probably.
For who? We have nothing to trade.
For Bo Nix, obviously.
I just saw a tweet before we started this podcast that we send Kyle Pitts to Chicago for that first pick.
Honestly, the Falcons aren't using him anyways. Why not just get value out
No,
of
not
that?
the Falcons. More Arthur Smith isn't using him.
Why did you get up so much to show your eyes like that?
His emphasis.
Okay, you're right. We should have traded Arthur Smith for a first round pick. My bad.
Yeah, a coach for a coach.
I say literally isn't his option coming up or something like that in his contract? I say if Kyle Pitts doesn't perform with his new coach,
Yeah.
maybe time.
But I want Justin Fields. Go get me Justin Fields. Big Ohio State, Justin Fields. That was probably the year because it was either Kyle Pitts or Justin Fields. We got Kyle Pitts. But what if we trade to go get Justin Fields?
No, it was Kyle Pitts or Micah Parsons.
Oh.
Wait, Justin Fields. Wait, no, we passed on Justin Fields. Never mind.
Yeah, we passed on Justin Fields to get Kyle Pitts.
But I think in hindsight, I love Kyle Pitts, but if we didn't have Arthur Smith, Kyle Pitts would have been a nice pick. But now we had Arthur Smith, I think we should pick Micah Parsons.
Who was our coach before Arthur Smith? I don't remember.
Dan Quinn.
Then
it was like no, actually it was like Raheem Morris.
Oh yeah, it was an interim guy, but who was before that one?
That was Dan Quinn, I think.
Oh, he's still Dan? Okay.
Oh,
It was like Raheem Morris, and I think there was another one or something, and it was Dan Quinn, and it was Mike Smith, and then that was anything before Mike Smith is before my time.
Man, I typed in all Atlanta Falcons coaches, and Bill Belichick pops up.
It's already happening.
Hold on. There's so many. So I said all. Arthur Smith, Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn for 6 seasons. 6 seasons. Oh my God. Then it was Mike Smith, and then a bunch of other people.
Yeah, anyone before that's where my fandom is. Anything before Mike Smith is. When does Mike Smith get on the team? Like
2008.
Yeah, anything. I was.
He was there from 2008 to 2014. Dan Quinn was 2015 to 2020. Raheem Morris was 2020, and then we had Arthur Smith for
FedEx boy.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor.
This tells you wins and losses too. Hold on. With Mike Smith, we were 66 and 46. With Dan Quinn, we were 43 and 42. With Raheem Morris, we were 4 and 7. And with Arthur Smith, we were 21 and 30. We only had winning seasons with Mike Smith. That was it.
We went 7
That's
and 10
terrible.
for 2 years straight. As he got better talent on the field, he went 7 and 10 every year.
So it's like right between like being good enough for the playoffs and getting a good draft pick, and that's terrible. You need to get one of the other,
Yeah, shout out the Saints for beating us. Also, opinion. As the last 2 minutes before this cuts off, before we have to stitch another one. Opinions on the Vicky formation touchdown.
Stupid.
I do it Madden all the time.
They only did it because it's the Saints. They hate us, so they wanted to piss us off.
My opinion on it is if you scored a touchdown off that, it's fine. But the fact that you were literally in victory formation and faked into a run for a touchdown is the most. Shannon Sharp said it best. The most loser mentality, and how Jameis Winston deserves to get cut. But if they ran a play and scored a touchdown, you know what? Fair play. But the fact they were literally victory formation and faked it, it's just the epitome of the Saints franchise.
How about this? Don't give up a touchdown.
Bro, literally just run a play.
17 halftime.
Run a play.
Okay, we only got a minute left. So, final question for the Falcons. Currently, as the way that this team is, do we believe that this team, if they added a few pieces here and there, could they win a Super Bowl in the next few years? Do we think that's possible for this team?
No.
I mean,
I always say that because
we've been a team for 60 years and have not won a championship.
Yeah, exactly. The day I die, there will be no Super Bowl. There will be no Super Bowl.
I no, okay, for me, a little more optimistic. I think the pieces are there. Like, I don't know about winning Super Bowl, but at least competing. Like, we're a quarterback away, probably like an edge rusher.
On offense, at least.
Yeah, we
I
need a
hate
quarterback and an edge rusher, and then let's see where we go from there.
I hate being negative, but this team has given me the most pain out of any Atlanta sports right now. That's why I say no. But like
Well,
I said,
in a good world,
you could change my thing. You could change my what's the word? Um
in a
I don't
perfect
know.
world, I think so. We'll get close.
so let's talk about the pieces. I mean, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, London, good offensive line currently. I mean, they're getting older, of
And our
course,
second,
but
a good
on defense,
secondary, a
they
good
yeah, they
second.
have a great secondary. They're adding to it still with Terrell, and they just got Bates on a good, well, on
Clark
a deal.
Phillips, Clark Phillips. Oh, we
Um,
need a safety. Richie Grant is not it. Sorry, Richie Grant.
um, but we also have to acknowledge that Grady Jarrett's getting older. Calais
He also just
Campbell
got
is
injured
a
too.
very old man.
Coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah, so our defensive line is back to where it
Hopefully,
was 2
hopefully,
years ago.
hopefully, Calais Campbell comes back.
But that dude's like 40 years old.
And it
But he
doesn't
said he's
matter.
open. He's open to returning.
Tom Brady was 40 something. He kept playing.
Well, that's quarterback.
Okay, yeah,
That's
Calais
coach.
Campbell is Tom Brady. He's good, but he's getting older as well, and he's only on a short-term deal there. I mean, linebacker wise, I don't really know any names, so I wouldn't say they have a
we
great
have
linebacker
we have
room.
the Caden Ellis, Landman.
Is Rashawn Evans still there? I don't remember.
I don't.
The Titans bust a few years ago that came to the Falcons, and he led the team in tackles at least
Wait,
at
I
one
miss my
time.
boy. I miss my boy. Oh my God, the guy in the Jaguars.
The Coon?
Yeah, the guy on the
Oh, Michael
Jaguars.
Walker.
Wait, hold on,
Michael
hold on.
Walker.
Oh,
Who?
Michael Walker?
No,
What? I know you're talking about too. I'm
it's
probably
like
gonna
a
say the wrong
The
name.
Jamaican guy. Or I don't think. Sorry, no, I don't think he's Jamaican. Alua Khan.
Oh, Luakon. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Why did I say he's Jamaican? No. Boye Alua Khan. That's what I mean. I hope he's Jamaican. So is he Jamaican? Hope he is. I don't sound like.
sure. Okay, let's move on to the Hawks now. We've given Falcons plenty of attention there. So the first question we have here is, who do we think will be the? Oh, that's the Falcons. My
He's not-
apologies.
I don't think he's Jamaican. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay. What is the expectation for the Hawks right now after middling for years? I feel like they've always been touching, just grasping at the tail end of the playoffs, but never quite reaching it.
I would like to go first here. No, I would like to go
Okay.
first here. There was
Okay.
a coaching problem for the last 3 years. Okay, coaching problem.
Okay, but the new guy, they're
No.
terrible
Okay,
with him.
our Lloyd Pierce, terrible. Didn't like even. He didn't like Trae Young, terrible. I gotta rant on this. Okay, let me rant.
He
on
got
this.
froze. We had froze on as a head coach.
Oh, freaking froze up. This got me back again. Nate McMillan. We had one good year with him, the Eastern Conference Finals. If Trae Young did not get hurt, we would have won that whole entire thing. My opinion.
Yeah, beat
we would have
Giannis.
won the
Yeah,
whole
that
thing.
makes sense.
We would have won the whole thing. Trae Young was popping off. The ref had to get on the court and get behind him. He did it. It was literally so dumb. We would have won the whole thing. Now we have Coach Quinn, in my opinion, probably the best coach we had in a while. Even though with the Jazz,
since my Budenholzer.
that's my Budenholzer, yes. With the Jazz, he was really good when he had Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. And with us, we have pieces, but they're not consistent. Okay, Trae Young's not the problem. DeJounte Murray with these trade rumors, I don't know why he's getting traded, but maybe the partnership between him and Trae are not working anymore. DeAndre Hunter.
Wait. We're gonna clear some things up. DeJounte Murray is a great player.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But is he a fit for this Hawks team? No.
Okay, let me go ahead before you cut me off again. DeAndre Hunter,
I think we
great.
need Carmelo Anthony off the bench, man.
Oh my god. DeAndre Hunter, he's a great player, but he's injury prone. Luis, he has his moments. Like he has his moments, but he's not
Is he
consistent.
injured right now? Actually, I've not heard of that.
He's
man.
injured. He's injured right now.
Who's
That's
been
why
better?
Sadiq,
Cam
that's why
Reddish or
Sadiq
him?
Bey's been playing.
I don't think Cameron. I think it's
Okay.
Dale Johnson.
Then we have
No,
Jalen
I love
Johnson,
Cameron.
and we'll talk about him later. But most improved, really good because Nate McMillan didn't want to play him. They didn't want to. We had him on the bench, but he kept playing him in G League for no reason. And now he's just showing out every single game. Ever since he got injured in the beginning of the season, that's why we've been mid.
They need to call up Kobe Buffkin, bro. Oh my god.
Huh? Okay.
Kobe
Hold on.
Buffkin?
When we get to you, hold on. When we get to you, you talk about Kobe. Let me talk about my rant, okay? When Jalen Johnson, ever since he came back from G League and he's from this season, he's been popping off. And when he got injured, that's when we fell off because we didn't have anybody to for him to compete well. And now our center, Onyeka, really good. Clint, they're really good. But he's 7 foot and he's missing layups. How are you 7 feet tall missing layups? Like, how is it that hard?
That's
You're
like
that
me
tall.
going,
You could just
that's like me
literally
on,
just push it up there.
That's like me on like the Fisher Price hoop.
But yeah, that's my rant. We have the pieces right now, not as much depth at the moment, besides Bogey, 6th man of the year, just saying. But we just need the pieces. At the trade deadline, we have to trade. We suck. And I don't like saying that, but we are terrible. We should not be 11th right now or 12th. We're behind the Raptors with like 14, 15 wins. And sometimes we're just getting blown out by the ass teams. Now I'm not saying the Pacers are bad, but like we're getting blown out for no reason. We should be winning games. We have Trae Young. Trae Young did start slow, but now he's been averaging like 30 points a game these last 5 or 10 games. So
All NBA first team.
yes. So Luis, go ahead with my rant. I just had to rush in there and say something because
That's a good segue.
two bad coaches.
What are we swagging into?
Are you ready for this question?
Oh gosh.
We're segueing into, is the Trae Young era coming to an end? Not this year.
No, get that mess out of there. No.
Wait, not okay. No, wait. I'm gonna say no, but I think the DeJounte Murray era is coming to an end. I think he is definitely. I think there's a high chance he gets traded by the deadline, or he gets traded in the offseason. And I would say there is one more chance with his coaching staff and Trae Young before we go into a rebuild. If Quinn Snyder get his players.
I don't like rebuilding. I don't like rebuilding at all. Trae Young is a quality. Quality player.
We have our front office is incompetent and like making money and not going over the luxury tax instead of putting together a competent team. I think at this trade deadline, I think Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, and hopefully Bogey are all untouchable. Everyone else can have free reign on. But yeah. I don't think the Trae Young era is coming to an end. The DeJounte Murray era is coming to an end, even though it lasts like 2 years. But after that, after we try to put a team together, I think Mr. Trae Young and the coaching staff has one more chance before it's an inevitable rebuild.
Because we've been mid last few seasons, so.
Yeah. I'll let you answer this, Lucas, because I think you'll like this one particularly. Do you think this team would have been better if they would have stuck with Luka?
No. So I say that because Luka's he would not fit Atlanta culture. He fits Dallas Mavericks culture because they had Dirk. We never really had a European all-star, really.
We talk about Bogdan.
Okay, besides Bogey, but like as a great player, Luka is better fit in Dallas Mavericks culture than with us.
Putting culture aside, I think it would have been the same situation.
Yeah, we had mid coaches, and he would have been terrible, and he would probably want to leave after seasons.
Where is the Mavericks right now?
Mavericks, I think they're doing pretty good.
They're in a 7th seed, and they have they added Kyrie Irving. Like the Mavericks are failing to even wait. Kyrie's on the Mavericks, right?
Yes.
I have not. Yeah. I mean, I know he is, but I have not heard from him this season at all.
Because it's been all Luka. Luka's been dropping triple doubles back to back, but they're probably they've been winning game, losing game. That's it.
I think that I'm saying to go back to that whole trade thing. I think the Mavericks and the Hawks have failed to rebuild around their star players.
They've won the trade though because they both made playoff runs. We both made Eastern Conference Final and Western Conference Final. We just haven't made it to the finals yet.
They need a better team around them, both players.
Luka, what he had Porzingis gone.
Dude,
He had Jalen Brunson gone. He had I can't think of anybody else. But Trae Young, he's had
Wood,
great players around him.
failed experiment.
What?
Christian Wood.
Oh yeah, Christian Wood, Lakers, gone. Trae Young, he's had
no one until Johnson Murray.
Yes, that's kind of facts. And Bogey going to the Hawks was the best thing ever. I was very excited because I love watching.
Trae had Alex Len and Bruno Fernando catching lobs. And also, actually, he had Kevin Huerter and John Collins, but John Collins and Kevin Huerter should be thankful for the contracts that Trae has given them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if Kyle Korver was on the scene, like prime Kyle Korver?
Oh, we would be
together.
Dude. You're gonna have Trae and Kyle Korver shooting threes, and then like Trae just giving the passes to Kyle Korver in the corner, Kyle Korver on the wing, Kyle Korver top of the key. Like
no, in a perfect world, hopefully the Hawks front office can be competent. We have Trae Young, and then we would have. I would love Bogey. I don't know about you guys, but Bogey would be nice off the bench. Our two can be someone.
LeBron.
LeBron would be nice, but we're not getting LeBron. A secondary scorer who's also like a self-shot creator as well. Like I've been talking about before we got DeJounte Murray. I would love to have Donovan Mitchell. I know the whole height issue, or Zach LaVine, but Zach LaVine kind of sucks now. And then we have Jalen Johnson at the small forward, and then we have a power forward who's a stretch. So Larry Markkinen.
Pascal Siakam.
No, I do not want Siakam. Larry Markkinen would be so nice.
Let's get Bam.
Pascal Siakam he's not going to space the floor at all. He's just going to be another John Collins who can't.
That's what we need. We need John Collins.
Pascal can score. Pascal can play defense and score. That's what we need.
He can score in the paint. That's all he can do. And we're going to have Clint Capella in center, who's going to take away the space as well.
Okay.
If we get a player like someone like dude, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But if we get someone like Paul George come to, that's a perfect fit.
And Kobe Buffkin finally getting called up to the Hawks because he's been popping off in G League lately, and I didn't get to watch him play in college, but seeing him in G League with the Skyhawks. So we'll see what happens by trade deadline. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Mr. Aaron.
If I had my preference, we'd go get I forget his name. He played at Oregon. The skinny man.
That's a lot of skinny men in the NBA. What is it?
Thonmaker.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, do I know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah. He was oh, good Lord. He's on like the Magic right now, I think, off the bench.
Jalen Suggs, Paul Caro, Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, Bobo.
That one. Bobo.
Oh yeah. He's actually.
We love some Bobo.
I know that's not Hawks content, but he is actually doing better this season because the Magic are giving him the ability to actually play the game. Like Shaq was talking about it the other day. I'm pretty sure it was Shaq, but someone was talking about Bobo the other day, finally actually getting playing time and actually doing what he does he's Wemby. He's basically Wemby, but longer and skinnier. But they're both skinny, so yeah.
I should trade for one.
Hey, he's smaller than me. So. Okay, finally to this question. Time. Anyways, so we kind of answered other questions here. We'll move on to the last question. Do you guys reasonably believe this team will look good at any point in the next 5 to 8 years?
Yes. I'm more confident in this team than the Falcons.
Sorry, did it again.
I actually think the Falcons have more talent than the Hawks.
I'm thinking about players the next couple of years, like in the draft though. Like
With
I mean,
no,
I
but
kind
with
of know
with this
anybody right
front office,
now.
we're not doing anything.
Luis, they have a 50-man roster. Of course, they have more talent.
So
What is like 12 people like on the Hawks right now? Like 50, 12. Huh.
I think the team. Okay, let me just say, I think the team's in better position to win than the Hawks.
The Falcons.
Yes,
The Hawks have a coach. We have a point guard. We
you
just
have an
have we have
incompetent front
missing
office who
pieces
doesn't
right
want to
now.
spend.
And I know Luis was saying this earlier. We should have kept Cam Reddish, but that was a Nate McMillan not playing him decision. We had a better coach. Cam Reddish would still be on the team right now.
Nah, I think I'm gonna go say it again. The front office is their downfall. They literally have their son running the organization, and our our uh our owner does not want to go into luxury tax. He would rather trade Kevin Herter than spend just a little bit more money. Anyways,
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to our last section here. We're moving into the Atlanta United section, the one I know very little about.
this
And
I will
as
start
such,
this.
we've
I will
we
start
decided
this
to let
for
me
you.
pronounce some names.
this no this Atlanta United team is probably the most excited team I am ready to watch.
Since 2018.
I will put this team over the
Yeah.
Braves. Not as in
Hang on, though.
I mean, Pineda. I
Let
mean,
me try to
Pineda
pronounce
is
these
a
names.
questionable. Pineda is a questionable coach, but I would put this team over the Braves as in excitement and potential to winning
Okay, hold on, Luis.
entering this season.
Before we get to that, we're gonna pronounce some Atlanta United names since he doesn't know a lot about Atlanta United, and I had to look up some of the harder ones.
Yeah,
or
let's make fun of the
Because all of
American.
them are from like Europe and other countries, like
that's where
Latin
football is played.
countries.
Yeah, these people.
Ooh, that's for football. You know what? Other football's played in Europe too.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go with the first one. Try to pronounce the first one. It
First
shouldn't be
one
that
started out
bad.
easy.
Okay, yes. You guys know a lot about these players, and I don't and know anything. So
Yeah.
the first one we have here is I'm gonna go with Tristan Muumba.
That's actually really good.
That's actually not. That's actually right.
Okay,
That one was an easy
and
one.
it's also because you said it earlier. You said his name earlier.
Oh, well, okay. Next one.
The next two are gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go with Yorgos Giacomakis.
That's not bad either.
It's not bad. Okay, this is it's
That's like
Yorgos.
Spanish.
Yorgos.
That's
So
not
like you have to say like a
Spanish.
Y, and then Yakomakis.
Oh, and so it keeps the yeah, okay.
He's Greek. It's Greek.
Yeah, that's our Greek god.
Was he tall?
Yes.
Like 6'2" or 6 something like that.
Oh,
See, like remember, like we'll talk about it later, but we got Stian Gregerson. He's our Norse god, and we got a Greek god up top and Norse god in the back. We got gods on our team.
I guess I'll get this guy's jersey now since he's obviously my favorite now. Okay, so this one is obviously going to give me some trouble. There
This
is
one's gonna
a J
screw
where
him
it
up so
shouldn't be.
bad.
He said it's a J where it shouldn't be.
Okay, so the first name is pretty easy, I think. Saba.
Yeah.
Oh God, Lob Yannides.
Okay.
He's close.
Luis, it's not as hard because when the commentators say it over and over again, but it's Saba Lobjanitse,
Okay, where's he from?
Georgia.
Georgia, the country.
No.
Lobjanitse.
Everybody from Georgia's named Kyle. Thank you.
Kyle.
All right, next one. This one shouldn't be that hard.
Okay.
I mean, it's not terrible, but
Okay, so Amar Sedjic, something like that. Huh? Is that right?
yeah, close. Not. You got the first. Obviously, the first name is easy, but Amar Sadic.
What? That is not what that says.
Yeah, Sadic.
Okay, last one. Jamal. I'm gonna guess the H is silent here. Is it Tier? Something like that.
It's
Tire. It's Tire.
No, you're close. Jamal TRA. That's how they say it. Tiare.
There's not an A at the end of that. There's an E.
Yeah, Tiare.
It's French.
Ray. Tiare. That's
See,
how they
I
pronounce
think
it. I probably
people
pronounce
shouldn't
it
have
I
a
actually don't remember how
name.
that's pronounced, but
Jamal Tiare. That's how I've heard it. Or Thayer.
Okay,
That's
so
what
let's
I
get
thought
into the
it was at first.
question.
But yeah,
All right, so where does this team stand right now before the season begins? I'll let you, Lucas, open this up.
top 3, in my
the
opinion.
league or the conference?
Okay.
Top 3 in the conference, not in the league. Top 3
Yeah.
in our conference. We're gonna be better than we were last season. Last season we were just straight 6th seed the whole entire season. We had chances to move up, but we've lost those points either to draws or straight up losses. This team, I believe said it earlier. This team is my most anticipated favorite team to watch since 2018 when we won the MLS Cup. And I'll talk about Diego Mata later, but we have the people that we're bringing in are people that we need in those specific spots. Like Miles Robinson's gone, Gregerson came in, the Norwegian center back. We are trying to move around with midfielders. We got Dax McCarthy from Nashville. He's another CM defensive midfielder that could play with Muyamba or behind Muyamba.
Isn't he old though?
It doesn't matter if you're old. You should still play. You're old.
What happened to Ozzy last year? Ozzy died.
Ozzy never played. Ozzy never played. He retired.
Exactly.
But Dax McCarthy's still
but
playing.
He died.
Well, specifically, his knee died.
One leg injuries all day.
And then next thing, what I've been hearing on Twitter, Bartosz Sliz, it's SLISZ. I've heard that he might be signing with Atlanta United soon, according to Twitter and what I've seen. He's another midfielder.
That's so nice.
And his highlights, freaking amazing. Passing, amazing. Shooting, amazing. What else about him? But yeah, I think overall, this team, because we finally got this full team. We finally got the taste of playoffs. Even though we were out in the first round, we still played amazing. We just had to fix a couple of things. We signed another goalkeeper. Hopefully, Cohen comes in and figure out what happens with Brad.
If Goose is starting on day one,
I think we make playoffs this year, and we could. I say this every year. We could go all the way. I have to see how they play. I have to see how they play the first game, because the first game last year we were good, and then we changed up a lot of the players in the summer, and then we became a little bit better in the winter of the second half of the season. So I think we do well this season. We don't lose as many points because we all got that taste. They're all meshing a little bit. So yeah, Luis, go ahead. I know you want to add some stuff. So
as into what? I mean, you said
I don't know, and anything addition. I don't know. I probably talked too much, but
I think this season just relies on Pineda, because we know how he is as a coach. I wouldn't say he's terrible, but he's a bit questionable at times. I think he's an average.
He's the best we had in a
coach.
while.
I think he's an average coach, but a lot of people get hate on him because, we are a team that's supposed to be competing.
We're spoiled.
This is not a job that you have to learn on the fly. I think we should get an experienced coach in who knows what he's doing 100% of the time.
I like him.
We go as far as Pineda takes us. That's how I'm gonna say it, because we have the talent on the field.
What was your question, Aaron? Because I know you had a question.
I'm gonna say and I don't know what happened in recent years because I haven't watched or seen, but it seems like United's been a lot more active in the market for better pieces this year than they have any other year. Why do you think that is, or if that's even true?
We got a new GM.
Yeah, that's the reason. When Garth came in, he was the GM / president. That's the one. He was the president for Seattle Sounders. And Seattle,
Seattle's a well-run organization for the last.
Yeah, exactly. They're always in the playoffs and they're always winning. He came to us, switched it up the system around. Before him, we would go for young South American players. He's switching it up this year, and he's going for prime European players. So the players that are in their prime going to come to us. They're already good. They're already in good fashion, if you want to say, good playing ability, and they're going to go straight into the MLS I mean, they got to learn a little bit different from how MLS plays, but
The rules are stupid.
yes, but they're already in their prime position of winning and getting us to that MLS Cup once again.
Another question is, what drives them to play in America during their primes? I mean, why wouldn't you stay in Europe where they probably got more money?
That's a great
Luis,
question.
go.
That's actually a really good question.
I know that's why.
Atlanta's massive. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
like we're taking like this Gregerson guy came from the second league from France, so he's not playing for the top flight. But let's say a lot of the reasons is I know from talking about for prime players, but a lot of people are using MLS as a jumping league to get them for Europe. But props to Gigi to coming in the middle of his prime and
He,
being
Yeah.
top goal scorer.
yeah, because he came from Celtic. They play in Scotland, so like I would say a top club in Scotland. Gregerson came from League de
Why you look
side.
like that?
I don't know. I just did it on purpose. Bordeaux, and I was looking at the thing. Bordeaux
Bordeaux.
used to be in League One for France. So they used to be there, and they got relegated. So we're getting players that were playing in the second division leagues. So they're not like in top flight leagues, like Luis was saying.
Yeah, like
Shande and Muyamba
MLS
came
is a
from,
better league than League Two.
huh?
League MLS is a better league than the French second league.
We might not play his best defense compared to we scored golazos. I'm less known for scoring golazos, but I think it's getting up there with the top leagues, but it's not there yet. I'm just saying. But
Better than the Saudi league.
it's way better than the Saudi League.
Okay, next question. Luis, I'll give this to you. And I'll rephrase this also. I gotta get my charger in a minute also. Computer's gonna die in a second. Which additions or subtractions, or really just what piece on the United right now player is going to have the biggest effect on their future, like 5-8 years down the road?
Down the road. I was gonna say Almada.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's the
We'll
most
get to that
obvious
next.
piece. Hopefully Gregerson gets us to not concede like 5 goals a game.
I think he's gonna do amazing.
I think so, but he also needs a competent keeper in the back line. Just saying.
I'm ready to see Josh Cohen. I don't never seen much on him, so I'm ready to see what if he has that competitive spot for against Brad for the starting position.
Yeah, I talk a lot about Brad, but I thank him for his service, but it's time to move on. It is time for a change between the sticks. We have 10 minutes left, so
Oh shoot, we
start
gotta go
wrapping
quick
this
with
up.
this. We start wrapping this up.
But yeah, I think the main piece is Almada. I mean,
We might as well
Gregerson
just
could be
move
that guy.
into, huh?
I mean,
Yeah,
Gregerson could be that
just
guy.
go ahead and move into that.
We should move into Thiago Mata too.
What's his contract? How long is he staying?
It's weird. It's not your typical like American sports contracts,
Yeah,
as
but
in like how people move.
Okay.
Because you need to buy the player from the team and then you go to
So we
contract.
got big news recently.
yeah, we got it today.
Yeah, I've heard about the transfer and whatnot. It's weird.
Yeah,
So big news surrounding the club recently is that Thiago Almada is. I don't know if they've said like he wants to go to Europe to play,
He does.
but certainly teams are calling about him because they want him to play. Lucas, you want to talk about that?
He used Atlanta United to transition to Europe because he was in South America.
that's what we've been doing all season for United. We did it with Almiron for 2 years. He came from South America, and now he plays for Newcastle. But okay, I'll talk about Thiago Almada. So today we got news that Almada is one of the top names on Atletico Madrid's list in case Angel Correa will leave the club. So
That's not even the same position, which is weird.
yeah, I know. Unless they change the position for Atletico Madrid, but Al Ittihad, which is the team in Saudi Arabia, will approach Atleti for Correa, and Thiago Almada has always been appreciated by Atletico Madrid. His name is super high on their list, and I was reading around saying that I think that his agent is the same agent for some of the players on Atletico Madrid. Maybe I don't know if that's true or not, but Almada leaving, I would. So this is the thing. The MLS season starts soon, like next month, and the transfer window ends the first day of February. So I would love for him to stay a little bit and then leave in summer, leave mid-season, and see if one of our players could just take over for a little bit, because we do have some young players that play that position as well. But Almada is bound to leave soon. He's too good, like Almiron was, and he wants to go to Europe. And I would like to see him in Premier League or La Liga, which I think that's where he wants to play, and that's why, because I want to get a jersey of him in the European team. So that's my 2 cents. It's just big Atlanta United news, and it's going to be a big loss, but I feel like someone could fill his position when he leaves. So yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to our final question here to wrap it up.
I think Atletico Madrid is a bad place for him to go. So never mind.
We only got 7 minutes.
I just want to include that the play style is not fit him.
Go ahead.
So what really young players in the organization right now, like in the lower leagues, do you think could make an impact in the years to come?
Nick Firmino. I'm just saying.
Jay Fortune.
Caleb Wiley's also a good one too.
It's weird. I don't see. I know he's young, but I don't see him as young and up and coming. Because I mean, like, he's been in the team for like 2 years now.
Yeah, but like,
no, I know the sky's the limit for him, but I don't see him as like a person. I think I'm taking this question as like a breakthrough kind of player, which I think is Johnny Fortune.
I can see that. Well, it's hard because they come from the academy, and I know Caleb's been playing on our team for a while now, so. And he's had his breakout season, I think, last season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then Nick Firmino, he came from the academy, and he scored a goal against NYCFC, which we were at. That's also a video, just saying. Yeah, it's great to see. It's good to see these academy players coming up to the first team and make an impact in any way. So, yeah.
Okay, well, if you guys have any other points to make, we have a few minutes. Anything from y'all?
I think I'm good. I could wrap it up if you want me to.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
So that'll end our podcast for today, and hopefully there'll be a follow-up sometime soon. Just want to say thank anybody that listened to this or watched it. Wherever you watched it or listened to it, thank you for listening and watching. We appreciate it, and we'd like to do this full time if it paid. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, it's just a fun thing to do, and we're happy to share our thoughts out there. Did you guys want to share your socials, Lucas? Your channel?
This is gonna be, obviously, this podcast you're seeing. If you're listening, it's probably on Spotify. If you're watching it, it's gonna probably be on my YouTube channel, the first episode. And if we do make another channel for the podcast, then it'll be on there now. But for now, it'd be on my YouTube channel. I just rebranded, so it's Lucas Flicks now. Also subscribe if you like the vlogs. I do a lot of that. Do a lot of late night vlogs, and if you like that, just subscribe. And I have my Instagram and my YouTube as well. So,
Luis, any plugs?
RockyLuiz, RockyLuiz on the Insta.
Sweet, and you can find me at _GANN4 on Instagram. Feel free to say something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, all right, well, my DMs.
We'll just end that here. Yeah. So that was Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's our first episode. Today was January 11th, 2024. Thank you all for watching.
8 p.m.